Welcome back in, KEW fans. We'll get things cracking off immediately with Tarantula taking on Cold Ears Craig. Cold Ears finds himself right at the bottom of the power rankings, considering the Tarantula's a new wrestler and she's midway into the power rankings and she's not exactly had the best start, but she does have a title shot coming up, of course, with the BFG in just a few short weeks now. And she is a dangerous wrestler. There she is with the spider wrapped around her head. And we'll have to see whose dark powers are more powerful here. Is it the Yeti powers? Or is it the dark spider powers of the Tarantula? Makes her way down to the ring with a sock adorned on her hand. God knows what's under that sock. We saw her last week try and put Benji to sleep with it and go for the pin. Will she be able to do the same here against the Yeti powered Cold Ears Craig? The KEW Arena alive and electric tonight for this one. Should prove to be a real slobber knocker. Cold Ears will be a little bit concerned by his form to start in the KEW, sitting only one place above Duke Jeans in the power rankings, who is now the lowest ranked athlete in the KEW. And there is the cold mist filling the arena, the man from the Arctic North. 247 pounds of freezing cold Yeti muscle. Some say when he was chasing the Yeti in the far north, his ears froze off. Not before they were so cold he could fry eggs on them, of course. It is his story that he sticks to, and that's how he survived. He took a pack of 24 eggs into the wild with him, and nothing but the power of eggs cooked on his ears did that then make the man able to slay the Yeti and steal his Yeti powers. It is, of course, the shining white Yeti fleece adorned around his shoulders and legs that gives Cold Ears the power and the abilities that he has in the ring. And the blue ears, well, that's because his ears fell off from frostbite and he's had to have no prosthetic ones installed, but he saw it only fit to go for the bright blue Yeti ears that he stole from his Yeti victim. And straight away Mr. Tarantula is out, and look at this, raking the eyes with that socked hand and positions him on the floor and stomps the wooden block right on the back of the head of the Yeti. He gets a foot up quickly though, and now gets a few swift hits in, and now behind the Tarantula, gets hold of the spider roll by the back of the head and gets a big shot in there and a stomp to the knee there, whips her over and then gets hold of her and spins her back round, going after the knees here, wrenching the ankle around. This Tarantula, of course, given a tough task against Benji last time around, and we'll see Benji later on today in our main event for the evening. As she's whipped into the corner now. Oh, and he went for the big boot there, and Miss Tarantula gets a big kick in as she gets out of the way, and the Yeti trying to put her away with those big Yeti feet of his straight in the face. Down he goes on the floor, now wrenching the face again with that gloved hand, puts the face down on the floor and stomps on the back of the neck with those wooden planked shoes she has. Picked him up on her travels from Kyoto, Japan, we're led to believe is dragged now onto the top rope and viciously slammed down from the Yeti, but she's straight up. The dark powers of the spider adorned within her, and now look at this, rubbing the head on the floor of the Yeti, and again with those wooden block shoes right in the spine You got to feel that one. And again, going after the legs here with the kicks and the stomps. Now lets him roll to the outside and says, come on then, get up if you dare. He's slow back to his feet. The referee slightly in the way. Oh, but she dives out the middle rope. Doesn't mind the referee being there. And he gets a full eye full of her red undies as she goes flying out of the arena. And a big drop kick to the spine with those wooden shoes again. Now gets hold of him from behind. Oh, German suplexes him down on the outside. And you can see already here, look at that, stomping on the guts with those wooden planks. Kind of damage that's got to do. It's like having an illegal weapon every time she kicks you, really. It's like being hit by a miniature 2x4. A big chop there from Cold Ears, but misses the second one. And Miss Tarantula now throws him back in the ring, and she climbs back up and in the ring herself. The referee stops his count as the two of them lock up in the ring. Cold Ears whips her into the ropes and then gets behind and gives her a German suplex of her own straight onto her head, and now stomping on her head, screams to the crowd there, and then picks her up from the floor, gives her a knee in the face, and another one, and a third one for good measure. Miss Tarantula feeling it now, the effects of the onslaught from the Yeti. A big swinging neck breaker there, dropping her down to the floor. Big chop there from the Yeti, and another one, and she looks dazed and confused now. And big elbow there. Miss Tarantula now back on top, stomping the Yeti on the floor with the wooden planks. And hang on a minute, ladies and gentlemen, you saw the Tachytron there went purple. That's the BFG's entrance music, and Cold Ears is up behind her. A little distraction there, and of course the two of them will meet, and only a few short weeks in the KEW's first hardcore match, and she was a little distracted there for a second, but now she's back on top of Cold Ears, and look at that, the wooden plank to the face there, choking the life out of him. On him from behind, punching him in the back of the head, and that gloved hand dealing the damage. It seems that the BFG's music didn't slow her down for too long. Thought it might be a little distraction there. I thought she might go for a little arm breaker. The Yeti turfs her off, and now, massive boot in the corner. The Yeti boot right in her face. Climbs to the top corner now, up in the top turnbuckle. An elbow drives to the outside. Putting it all on the line is Cold Ears. He sees this as an opportunity for his first win in the KEW, but gets a wooden block to the face, and then rolled up and sit down powerbomb on the outside for the Yeti. Miss Tarantula now picks him up to a 2 count from the referee. Gets hold of him and whips him back into the ring now. Climbs back up the apron. And up to the top corner she goes. Resting on the edge there. And a diving knee off the side. That big spider-like knee hooks the leg. And a full shot of the undies. 1, 2. Just a 2 count though. Cold Ears gets the leg up in plenty of time. And the Tarantula now might look to put it away. And look at this. She's got the sock ready. And he tries to get up off the floor. And now he's getting the sock in the grill. Goodness me. Will he give up here? Will he have anything left to find out? No, he won't give up just in time. Looks like he's out for the count on the floor though. Miss Tarantula might look to put it away from the top turnbuckle now. Up she goes again. There's going to be another diving knee. Double stomp right on the chest. Scurries back across the ring. The ref goes for the cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Somehow Cold Ears has kicked out of that. That must have hurt though. Getting those wooden sandals square in the abdomen like that. Big diving stomp from Miss Tarantula there. She chokes him on the ropes and gets a few furious hits in now. Gets hold of the arm. Puts it up behind his head. And now she's got him locked in. He's battling back out of it here. Good fighting spirit from the Yeti now. Puts her between the legs, scoops her up, and Yeti bomb! Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Rope break though. She's got the arm up. My goodness me, the Yeti's got to be furious. He didn't get her far enough out of the corner, and now he looks poised, waits for the spider to get back to her feet. Scoops her up onto the shoulder and gives her the Cold Ears driver onto the mat. 1, 2, 3, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cold Ears gets his first victory in the KEW. Miss Tarantula distracted by the BFG's entrance music, but the no-show from the big fella. He's definitely toying with his opponent. He's a master of mind games after all. He got the spring roll derby between Atomic Andy and the Assassin to go ahead earlier this year in the KEW. And he'll have to see what happens if Mr. Action will be looking for a measure of revenge against the BFG before she even makes it to the pay-per-view. Cold Ears will be happy with that one though. His first win in the KEW. And look at that, he looks mean and focused. The Yeti Man is coming. The Yeti Man's on the march. We'll move to our second match for the evening, and this one, of course, we've seen it brewing in many a week in the KEW. The CEO and the firefighter. The CEO not happy after last week. He beat the Atomic Andy fair and square, put him away, and then out of the locker room comes the firefighter and delivers the KEW title square to his face. So the CEO says to him, you know what, just for that, this week you can have the tag team champions in your lap. Defeat both of us if you dare. He couldn't even manage to defeat Big Bird a few weeks ago, the firefighter, and received a ladder shot to the abdomen for his troubles. You've got to wonder how much damage that's still going to be lingering on the firefighter.
From London, England, weighing in at
Lift his belt high above his head. For anyone wondering where his tag team partner is, Atomic Andy. Of course, after that battering last week that he received from the CEO, he's got some rib damage himself, which has ruled him out for this week, which has meant that the CEO has taken full advantage by putting the firefighter in this 2-on-1 match. Unfair, uneven, unequal. The firefighter will not care. He will say, anytime, anywhere, whoever you want to bring with you, I'll give you an arse whooping. Don't you worry about that. Lifts the title high for the crowd to see. The camera flashes go off. The KEW faithful love him. He is the people's champion, the hero the KEW needed. And the CEO has disrespected him from minute one. And here they come then, the tag team champions. It seems that nobody is standing in their way. We've not even had a tag team title match for weeks in the KEW. And there they are. Who knows whether those tag team titles will be on the line at the next main pay-per-view. You'd have to think with the CEO in full control of things. If they are, it's going to be a weak matchup. It's going to be one of the new teams. Nobody else is standing in their way. But with the Big Bird locked in competition with the firefighter, he might not see it necessary to put the tag team titles on the line at the pay-per-view. Perhaps he'll put them on the line just before, and then he'll be able to claim, look, they were available. Nobody could take advantage though. That seems like the type of underhand move our new CEO will do. And there they are then, the tag champions, the Falcon and the Eagle, making their way to the ring for this match as they climb in and storm around the ring. The camera flashes going off for the tag team champions, the Big Bird tag champs. And they have been a dominant force in the KEW since taking those belts and putting them around their waist. It's improved the Assassin stock, and it's certainly improved the CEO stock. He's gone from strength to strength. He looked a few months ago like he was dead and buried in the mid-table ranks and would be fighting for the Hardcore Championship, but has since then managed to put together a string of good results, and now he is up there with the best in the KEW. Here we go then. The firefighter, all he has to do is defeat two men in the ring, one of which you couldn't even defeat on his own, who gives him a front suplex down onto those already damaged ribs, scoops him now between the legs and rolls him up and power bombs him down on the floor. And you can see it looks like the firefighter clutching the back a little there, and Big Bird, happy with his initial punishment, tags in the Assassin, who now springboards around and springboard DDT on the firefighter, goes for the cover. 1, 2, or not even a 2 there. I did think to myself, will the firefighter even bother trying to compete in this one, or will he be happy enough just to get out of the ring and get on to next week? There's no title on the line or anything, nothing to play for here, so he might be better off taking the beating and getting out quickly. I'm not so sure the firefighter thinks that way though. He'll think to himself, this is not this is not what I do in the KEW. I win any match I try, I give it my all. And there we go, another tag there as the firefighter yet to get a hit in on either men. They whip him into the ropes, and big elbows there and drop him down. The Assassin, the fresh man in the ring, gets a little shot in there on the firefighter, who already is in big trouble in this match. The firefighter gets hold of his, the Assassin gets hold of his hand, then over the ropes and flings the firefighter down to the ground. and the firefighter in all kinds of bother already. Both men now, this is just an assault really. They're just taking it out on the firefighter. Slow and woozy back to his feet. The assassin gets hold of him and whips him into the corner here. He might look to go for another tag. No, gets hold of the hand again and slapping the chest. Now runs up in the corner off the ropes. Diving over and flipping him round by the wrist. And he rolls to the ropes to try and get some measure of a breather there. And the assassin taunting the crowd and shoulder barges him down to the outside. The assassin more than happy to do his master's bidding and do what the CEO says, his tag partner. And there he goes on the outside, diving off. Hurricanrana on the outside. The firefighter looked like he was trying to psych himself up, but only got a Hurricanrana, and now he's up and delivers the assassin into the steps. Gets him up onto his feet now. Gets hold of him on the outside and launches him away. We're on a 3 count here. And big elbow drop on the assassin's face on the outside. Could this be exactly what the firefighter wants? Bit of momentum shift here, up to a 5 count as he throws the assassin back in the ring. Gets in, but only to get a kick in the face, but it does no damage to the firefighter. It looked like he only took a toe of it, really. Gets a few swift hits in on the assassin now, and then off the second rope, stunner off the rope there. Drops the assassin down to the ground, and this is the momentum shift that the firefighter needed. Drives the elbow square into the face of the assassin, picks him up to his feet. The assassin a little woozy now, feeling the effects of that elbow to the face, whips him in the corner, and big driving knee strike into the chest of the assassin. Gets over the feet here, drags him out and drops him on his spine on the mat. And that's got to do some damage to the assassin. He is a dangerous customer, of course, but he might not be quite in the same level of field as the firefighter, who now tells the assassin to get to his feet. The CEO watching on from the outside as his tag partner, and gets a leg drop straight to the face there. Goes for the cover, does the firefighter. 1. Just a 1 count there, though. Big Bird seeing no need to get in the ring with the assassin, taking some damage though from his counterpart as the firefighter now drops the elbow square in the face, but Big Bird will know that he's nice and fresh and ready to take on the firefighter, who mistimed the climb out of the ring and gets the elbow from the assassin. The assassin now poised in the corner, lets the firefighter back into the ring and punches him square in the chops in the corner. And again the assassin taking far too long there over things. I'm not sure what he thought he had the time to do. Now the assassin, up he goes, down he comes onto the back again from the firefighter, looking to deliver the damage. You can see Big Bird looking a little more concerned now. The firefighter with the shot to the spine. The assassin back up into the ring. The firefighter quickly to the top rope. I don't know if he's got time to get off. No, he hasn't. He's tossed down by the assassin. Now the Big Bird will look on and feel a lot happier now. He gets shot down to the floor by the assassin and rolled over for the cover. Here we go. 1, 2. Just a 2 count there, though. The firefighter with enough left to kick out of that one. The assassin quickly back onto him, though. Gets hold of him, chops him back down to the mat. Like a reverse neck breaker there. Now getting the arm and stomping on the arm with both legs. You have to think the assassin would be wise to get a tag in soon, and there we go. As predicted, goes for the tag, hops over the ropes and lets the CEO into the ring, who shoulder barges his man down to the ground. You've got to think that the CEO's got to feel good about this. As he gets tossed into the corner by the firefighter, but the damage done by the assassin might have been enough to really put the firefighter away. But the firefighter drags Big Bird into the centre of the ring now, and quickly back to his feet as the CEO. The firefighter gets hold of him, whips him into the ropes here, and shoulder charges him down there. Now looks and switches his attention potentially to the... he runs to the corner. Knee strike there, right to the face of the CEO. I thought he might go after the assassin there and take out the tag partner. Lets the big fella back in the ring. Scoops him up now. Fireman's carry! Goes for the cover. The assassin's in. And breaks it up immediately. The firefighter now, you can see the referee got in the way there and managed to block him off, but he was charging after the assassin there. He thought he might have been able to put Big Bird away with that one. And now diving off the top rope. Punches him square in the face from the top rope. And the CEO looks down and in trouble, and the firefighter now looks poised. The CEO slowly back to his feet. The firefighter gets hold of him from behind, scoops him to the shoulder. Not another fireman's carry. No, he sneaks out of it from behind. Does the CEO and scoops him up and slams down the firefighter on the floor. A scream to the crowd now. Misses his initial kick there. Gets him tucked between the legs. Rolls him up. Power bombs him down almost through the canvas, and now taking his time walking around the ring as the firefighter rolls out of the way of the initial hit, only to get a massive clothesline down to the ground. And the firefighter looks in trouble now as he's got the crocodile roll in, rolls him, and slams him down. Up he goes, and down he comes again on the mat. You can see there the damage done to the midriff of the firefighter, and slams him down on the back again. The ribs and the back of the firefighter must be in tatters at this point after the damage in the last few weeks, and the CEO now is going to look to put it away, we think, with a big spear. There it is. Is that enough damage to the midriff? 1, 2, just a 2 count though. The firefighter using everything left in the tank to kick out of that one. Big Bird tags in his tag partner and says, I've done enough damage here, let's put him away. The assassin made a little G up to the crowd, and the firefighter quickly back to his feet. Maybe the assassin took too long there, and the firefighter now picks him up and has him locked in the bear hug, squeezing the life out of the assassin. Gets one elbow in, a second, he refuses to let go of the firefighter, but a swift hit to the head and lets go, and now hurricanrana down to the floor, and that might be enough to put away the firefighter. He's taking so much damage. Moonsault there onto the ribs again, and you can see he's really taking the damage. Top rope moonsault, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh no, I thought that was going to be it. Gets a shoulder up there. The firefighter was ready to say 3, and somehow the firefighter with enough left in the tank. Well, we've spoken about his stamina before in matches, and goodness me, it's on full display here. You can see he's slow back to his feet as the CEO comes in. Misses his drop kick as he gets up. Few furious hits here from the firefighter. Axe handle to the back. The CEO's down, picks him up by the leg. But gets a big boot in the face, and the firefighter's back down on the mat. The CEO back in control, slams the knee into the floor as the destruction and punishment continues. Tags back in the assassin and says, now look, I've put him in the position, you finish him off, give him the assassin's edge or something, and it'll all be over. Into the ropes he goes, spins around, assassin's edge, just as we said, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, there it is. He took no more damage, did the firefighter. And tag team champions come out victorious, and Big Bird will say, who's your champion? I will be your champion. You've got nothing on me, firefighter. You can't stop the destructive force that is the CEO. I built this company. I'm the one who should have the belt. I'm the best man in the KEW. Goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen. What an explosive match there, a battering really for the poor firefighter. We'll move on to our third match for the evening then, and this one promises to be a good one. It's going to be a tables match between Mark and the Torpedo. The two of them have had a little bit of a to and a fro in the last few weeks, and this might be it all coming to a head here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, His Magnificence came storming out last week during the match between the Torpedo and the Irish King, King Daddy himself, disrupting the match halfway through, assaulting the Torpedo and putting him in his place after the Torpedo lost his opening match to His Magnificence and gave him a cheap shot. Now you can see the arrogance of His Magnificence. He says, I am the only one who should be proven to be a king, walk into the ring. Looking around to the KEW faithful. The new attitude of His Magnificence, not one that the KEW faithful are enjoying. They do, however, appreciate the fact that he no longer takes 45 minutes to get to the ring. He is, however, a very dangerous competitor. And the Torpedo will feel aggrieved that he didn't get to finish his last match against King Daddy. And there he is showing off in the ring, and you can see his attention switches immediately as the sinewiest man in the KEW makes his way to the ring. The KEW's finest athlete potentially. There he is. The Torpedo on the ramps, stares around. The veins bulging in his arms and in his stomach, across his chest, up his thighs. He needs to hydrate better. That's how veiny he's looking. You can see his magnificence waiting on the edge of the ring there. Wanted to stay nice and close and keep him where he could see him. Here you go, look over. His magnificence will watch him go up the stairs. The two of them lock eyes as he ascends the stairs. And the Torpedo making his way into the ring. An odd choice for him to start his KEW life, trying to take on his magnificence. We appreciate that he's trying to push himself up the power rankings though with it. He could prove to be a difficult wrestler in the future, the Torpedo. And he could, of course, if he beats Mark here in a tables match, send shockwaves through the KEW that his magnificence is not what he's lived up to. And that the Torpedo's time is now. Gets hold of the magnificence immediately here, puts him on the ropes, and that table is positioned just behind them. Big chop there, hooks the leg over on the second rope, and now looking to wrench the knee there, trying to do damage to the high flyer. Now off the ropes with a big crossbody there. Goodness me, flying around the ring already, the Torpedo. A few furious hits here, punching his face in. And a stomp to the stomach as well. He says, you don't have a six-pack and I'm going to demolish your fat tummy, lad. A little stomp there again. Pulls the arm out, now looks around and drops the knee square on the arm of his magnificence. Now driving the boot to the face. And goes for the elbow, misses it as Mark rolls out of the way nicely. Misses his kick though as the Torpedo's quick to roll out of the way of that. Whips him into the ropes here. And under he goes. Now spins him around. Oh, slams him down by his face. Mark now back to his feet and a furious hit there. Mark, look at that, taking it in his full blow. And oh, the two men exchanging chops now. Furious hits to the chest. Slapping and chopping the life out of one another. Little slap there from the Torpedo, very disrespectful. Big hit there from Mark, and a slap again. Yeah, big punch to the face of the Torpedo, and he goes for the slap, and no, Mark gets the hit in, and then a furious chop across the chest, and another slap, and another chop, and a slap. Both men going at each other here. The Torpedo slowly being pushed back to the corner. Mark with another hit, but no, Mark gets a big hit to the face there, and oh, look at that, he's cut open on the side of his head there. The Torpedo cut him right open by his eye, and the two of them going at each other. The Torpedo smashing the bloodied area of Mark's face. And you can see the damage has been done already to Mark. Oh, goes for the underhand blow there. Might have gone for a low blow, we think. Now it's goosing up. No, Torpedo drive around and nothing. And Mark rolls out of the ring and His Majesty is in trouble. He's splayed out on the side and the Torpedo goes for the table, folds it up, and now takes it round to go and see His Majesty. Well, I can't think that was the wisest way to do things. I'd have thought it would have been easier to take throws the table down to one side to take Mark to the table, not the table to the Mark. Gets hold of him from behind, lifts him up, and drives him face first onto the floor. Maybe the Torpedo can't figure out how table matches work. Gets hold of Mark now, he's taken a lot of damage here early doors, throws him back into the ring, and now gets hold of the table, and I think that table's coming in the ring as well. Slides the table in and it bounces off His Majesty as he slides in after it and tells him to get to his feet, standing on the table. Mark doesn't want anything to do with the Torpedo right now. Oh, dodges out the way though, playing possum perhaps on the floor. A little kick to the back of the leg. Oh, the low blow there, and the Torpedo's down, and now Mark gets the table up. What a dirty hit from the little fella. We've seen him use the dark arts before in the KEW, and this time's no different. Puts the table in the corner. Now he's going out of the ring. He's going for the second table. And the Torpedo sliding out to try and get the drop kick in. But His Majesty puts the table back up. We're not quite sure what he's up to with the table out there. He could have taken advantage of the Torpedo there. Torpedo looking for another table under the ring. Mark furiously trying to get to grips with him. Gets hold of him now. Now hurricanranas him down to the floor. And you've got to wonder what damage the low blow did to the Torpedo there. Mark now picks him up, gets hold of him and whips him into the steel stairs. He goes. The damage to the midriff and maybe the gentleman's giblets as well. Gets hold of the Torpedo this time by the back of the head and throws him towards the stairs, but no contact there at all. Drives the head into the matting on the outside. Picks the Torpedo up now by his head, gets hold of him and rams him towards the stairs, but he falls down on the outside of the ring. Mark now scoops the table up, and is he going to slide it in the ring? No, he throws it at the Torpedo and it lands just in front of him. He's lucky he missed that one there. Mark gets hold of him and throws him into the ring now. Now gets the table up, and I think that table is going to be coming in the ring shortly. No, just throws it to one side, gets it out of his way, jumping over the top rope now. The Torpedo slow to get back to his feet. Mark now going back out of the ring. He wants that table again. The Torpedo going for a drop kick, but nobody is even close to being home there. Now he follows him out of the ring, and Mark's just running around all over the place here, clearing the announcer's table off as the Torpedo's got his own table. Mark's seen him coming with it though, but still gets the table to the noggin through his troubles. Quickly back to his feet though, flips over, but nobody's home, and now gets a table to the noggin again. And the Torpedo drops the table to the floor and says, no, 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 none of this. You're about to go through a table, sunshine. Look at this, choking his man on the floor. The technical excellence of the Torpedo. He might be a sinewy little man, but he is a good technical wrestler. Gets a kick to the guts there. And Mark now back up, throws the Torpedo down on the outside, gets hold of the table, positions it off to one side. Is he going to get the other table? The Torpedo's coming from behind him. He's not seen him. And the Torpedo gets hold of him. The table's skittering around out there. Torpedo lifts him over and gives him the fisherman suplex there on the outside. Now picks the table up himself, but Mark's back to his feet and charges at him. I need to get a table in the noggin there. And there's the Torpedo going to put this table now. He's taking it away. It's like he's works in B&Q. He's taking the tables all the way around the ring. Mark slides that table in, as does the Torpedo with his table. And now the ring is adorned with tables. The Torpedo getting his one back up. Throws it down to one side. It clatters off the ropes as Mark whips the Torpedo into the table here, and now could this be it for the Torpedo? Scoops him up, but no, gets over from behind him and reverse DDTs him on the floor. I thought that might be it. Mark might be going through the table there for a minute. The Torpedo now has the table up and introduces it to Mark's face, taking the time to pause with the table and get his breath back. The Torpedo, Mark slow up again, and another table shot to the face. The Torpedo now again paused with the table. He doesn't look like he knows what to do with it. Mark slow back to his feet and gets another table shot to the face, and this time the Torpedo's now again paused with the table. They were stuck in a loop here, but he drop kicks the table off of him eventually straight into his face. The Torpedo taking far too long with those tables there. Mark now with the table in the ring, paused with it, sets it up just where he wants it, we think. Now off the ropes he goes, crossbodies the Torpedo right onto the floor, gets hold of him now, wrenching the arm, spins around, drops the arm square onto the mat there, scoops the Torpedo up, drop kicks him down to the floor. And that table's positioned dangerously open behind both gentlemen, gives him a shot to the back and then pats the chest of himself, a little shimmy there, showing off to the crowd his magnificence. Picks the Torpedo up by his head now, gets hold of him and whips him. No, the Torpedo reverses. Mark bounces onto the table, is positioned dangerously, but gets the elbow shot in there to get the Torpedo off of him. The Torpedo with a kick to the guts though, off the ropes. Big crossbody there onto his magnificence. The Torpedo refusing to give in. Mark jumps back to his feet eagerly, now whips the Torpedo into the table. Now gets hold of him here, and then hurricanranas him through the table. Goodness gracious me, what a slobber knocker between the two gentlemen, but a good ending there. His magnificence hurricanranas him through the table and finishes him off. And you can hear the KEW fans were chanting, "This is awesome." They love his magnificence. Bloodied, battered and bruised, he is a man who takes a beating and keeps on coming. He is in the top of the KEW power rankings at number 4 or 5, and that'll do him no harm, putting the Torpedo away and behind him once and for all. goodness gracious me, ladies and gentlemen, we'll move to our final match for the evening, and this one, again, is a bit more for the KEW Power Rankings than anything, but should prove to be a real good one. We've got Benji taking on the Shinigami. They're back-to-back in the Power Rankings, sitting just outside the top 5, and both of them will feel that this is a great opportunity for them to step up and into the KEW's Power Rankings. They would, of course, been hoping that Mark would have lost in the previous match to fall down into that number 6 or 7 position, and they could have leapfrogged him. And Benji, you've seen, he's been on a bit of a rise recently in the KEW. But as we know, to be one of the top KEW athletes, sooner or later you have to go through the demon, the monster, the Shinigami. He's always up and around the top of the KEW Power Rankings. It's a mixture of always him, Atomic Andy, Mark, and Tanjas the Great. Mixed in with a firefighter, and of course the CEO is currently ranked as our number 2 athlete, with the firefighter being our number 1. And Benji will see this though, if he can put the Shinigami away, it's a good opportunity to move up those power rankings and potentially get himself an opportunity, another shot at Mark. And if he beats Mark, then who knows, it's got to be his brother next, and then Tanj, and then he's staring at the top of the mountain. The Shinigami likewise will look at this and think the same. Defeat Benji, and then surely it's got to be Mark or Andy next for him. Benji looking focused there. Look at that, he's fired up and ready. He's going to have to be, because here he comes. The stadium descends into black and white. The lightning strikes, hit the gurney at the top of the ramp. The demon brought back to life. The Shinigami, the illithid powers that he has, flexes, and like I said, we've not seen him for a while. There's been some dark stuff going on in the KEW. A few athletes appearing with dark marks around their eyes. Is it the work of the Shinigami? Is it the work of the Plowman? Who knows, ladies and gentlemen? Something's awry in the KEW. Is it this man stumbling his way to the ring? We'll have to see. He makes his way now to the edge of the ring. He'll be focused on nothing more than defeating Benji here in this one. Over the top rope he comes, and he'll know that if he can put Benji away, it'll do him all the favours in the world for the KEW's next pay-per-view, and it might get him a nice juicy main event ticket against one of the other top athletes in the KEW. There you go, Benji testing the ropes, and the Shinigami focused. Standing almost lifeless in the corner there. Here we go, then fires out of the corner and pummeling the life out of Benji immediately. Both men went for each other, and the Shinigami got the upper hand. Now off the ropes here with a big backdrop there, delivering those big muscular shoulders straight onto Benji and leaping on him again and pummeling the life out of him. You can tell the Shinigami's had a good rest here. He's come flying out of the gates and is smashing the life out of Benji. My goodness gracious me, we've not seen him for a few weeks in the KEW after losing the triple threat match. Big clothesline there where it was the battle of the mountain men. Big elbows to the back of Benji. Picks him up to his feet now and gets hold of him and whips him round. And clobbers him in the back. Down he goes. And Benji came in looking so fired up and motivated for this one. I think the Shinigami was going to go and look for something out of the ring there to deliver a bit more damage, but has decided against it as he saw Benji getting up, lifts him up and punches him down, and is determined just to deliver a whooping in the ring. Picks Benji up to his knees and arms and then axe handles him back down to the floor, lifting him up to his feet this time, scooping him up, picking him up like he's absolutely nothing. Now rams him in the corner and tosses him across the ring to one side. And Benji here has got to get something going. There we go, big kick to the face. He's got to get something going quickly. I was just about to say, and gets clothesline back down, quickly back up, but only gets a kick to the chops for his troubles. But Benji now gets hold of him. A big knee to the Shinigami. Well, the Shinigami will have to watch, because if Benji starts to get the submissions locked in, if he starts working on the specific areas that he knows he wants to target, the arms and the legs of the Shinigami, trying to weaken those up. If he gets hold of those, big shot to the back there, and again, and a third one to the spine of him. You can see that the damage, that nasty shots of done to the back there. He quickly back to his feet though. The Demon gets hold of Benji, whips him into the ropes. Oh, misses his diving smash there, and Benji stops himself on the ropes, taking a breather. Oh, why did he get clothesline clobbered to the floor by the Shinigami, who picks him swiftly back to his feet and now gets hold of him, and he's got him in a sleeper hold here, trying to put Benji's lights out. He's trying to put him to sleep, but Benji, look at this, powering his way out of it. He is an athlete who does have a modicum of power to him, does Benji. Back to his feet now, and the Shinigami, jumps on top of him. I thought the Shinigami might look to take a breather there, but it's been all Shinigami since the first go. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out there from Benji. It is battles like this that Benji's got to do better with. Big headbutt from the Shinigami. Get back to his feet swiftly, only to get a chop from the Shinigami from both hands, but it seems to do no effect. That's a few swift hits in there and stomps on him, drops the elbow on the back, goes for the cover himself. Ref slow down. 1. Just a 1 count there though. The Demon throws him off quite comfortably, and that might be the momentum shifter that Benji needed though. Now the Shinigami on the outside. Benji deliberating the top turnbuckle, takes his time to go out after him, net whips him down to the ground, and spinning kick in the chops for the Shinigami on the outside. Goodness gracious me, gets hold of him and delivers a big forearm smash to the face. This was the momentum shifter that Benji needed. Picks him up by the neck now, gets hold of him, and big snap suplex on the outside, delivering the Shinigami's spine to the floor. And now you have to wonder, big knee there to the face, if Benji now has done enough damage to the Shinigami that if he gets a submission in, will it be too much for the Shinigami? Will he rip the sinews of his arms off? I can't see that the Shinigami's going to tap. I think he'd rather lose an arm than get a tap out victory. Up to a 6 count as Benji makes his way back to the ring, and look at that, the Shinigami on the outside worshipping his Dark Lord, and Benji teasing him in the ring by slapping his arse right in his face. That's not a wise move. The Demon climbs back in. Benji gets hold of him now, takes him to the corner and rams his head into the turnbuckle though. The Shinigami looks in a spot of bother now, gets a forearm to the face as Benji takes the time to peruse the crowd. A little stomp there, and now shoving the boot right into the sternum of the Shinigami. He's down on the mat. Benji goes for the stomp. The Shinigami out of the way. Big forearm smash there to shift the momentum back the Demon's way. Gets hold of Benji, scoops him up now, takes him to the ropes. On the shoulder he goes and drops him face first onto the ropes, choking him there. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, not even a 2, just a 1 count there. The Demon not happy with the referee. Now looking over him on the floor, stomping on the face, stomping around Benji, and big backdrop there. Benji slow back to his feet. The Shinigami a little hit there, gets him up, whips him into the ropes, dives under, and now sends Benji up and over him all and onto the floor. Benji's back hammering off the floor, and now the Demon looks like he's headbutting him and punching him on the floor, really working Benji's face, trying to deliver a concussion. You can see he looks a bit out of breath there. The Shinigami stomps on the spine of Benji. Off the ropes he goes with a big backdrop again there, as Benji might be in a real spot of trouble here. And the Demon now in the corner. Look at this, whipping his back over into the crab walk, the illicit powers, summoning everything he's got. Benji slow to his feet. The Demon gets him up, gives him the little peck on the cheek, and the Demon's kiss there, and down he goes, covers the leg. 1, 2, just a 2 though. Somehow Benji has enough left in the tank to kick out of that. I am shocked, ladies and gentlemen. The Shinigami up to the top rope now. Axe handle misses it off the top rope, and this could be what the Demon really needed. Not needed, but what Benji really needed. Boots the face off of the Shinigami, and he's down on the outside now. That could be the momentum shifter that Benji needed. Big stomp on the arm here, and if Benji can really get the momentum back in his favour and gets the Shinigami in the ring, he might be able to make him tap. He's done a lot of damage to him so far. Both men refusing to give up on their ambitions. Throws him back towards the ring as he collapses just before he manages to get in the ring, and now Benji's going to smartly make his way into the ring on a 5 count. The Shinigami's down. It looks like he's in some bother on the outside on a 6, and Benji now has climbed up to the top turnbuckle and is waiting. He says to the referee, hold your count. Up to a 7 crossbody on the outside from Benji, putting it all on the line here for the KEW faithful. Now climbs back into the ring. And the referee's count will have restarted. The Shinigami back to his feet now, slowly making his way back up to a 1 count. And Benji punches him and drop kicks him back down, not letting him back in the ring. Onto a 2 count because he didn't get through the ropes to Shinigami. Up to a 3. Now Benji lets his man back in the ring as the referee's talking to him on the outside. Looked like he was going to go for a chokeslam there to Shinigami, but Benji breaks it up just in time and boots his face off. Now picks the Shinigami up back to his feet, gets hold of him, and here we go! The submission locked in, wrenching the arms, trying to rip them off. Will he tap out here, the Shinigami? What's he got left in the tank? Will he break his arm off? No, he manages to let go of it. The referee says you've got to give him some time to recover from that one. Now Benji gets immediately locked in with a tentacle wrap. Is he going to make him tap here? No, the Shinigami powers back out of it and side slams Benji down to the floor. Goodness me, I thought he might have him there. And no, he's got hold of Benji. Up goes Benji. Down he comes. Demonic choke slam. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and that was enough to put Benji away. Benji thought he could come up the KEW power rankings. The Shinigami said to him, you've got to go through a demon. You're not good enough to beat me, sunshine. Puts him away. Easy peasy as. It was a tough fought battle, really, but goodness gracious me, once you got the choke slam in, that was enough to deal with Benji. What an explosive KEW we've had, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching this week, and we'll see you next time with more thrilling KEW action, and we'll see if that man can move his way up the KEW power rankings and to get another shot at the KEW title. Thank you for watching.